The Women's Euros is kicking off in less than 24 hours. So here's everything you guys need to know. What teams to watch, what players to watch, the underdogs, the likely team to win, and what team can potentially disappoint. Let me know your thoughts down below. Who you guys think will win the Euros and who are you rooting for? So make sure you guys hit the like button. Be sure to subscribe as well if you are new here. So let's start with the biggest topic of discussion is, of course, England are entering this competition as the defending champions. There will be a video dropping separately about England and the women's team and what to expect and my predictions, but England are entering this competition as the defending champions with a couple of players that are missing from the team that helped them win it a couple of years ago, most notably Millie Bright and Mary Earps. Yes, both of them have decided to withdraw. However, Mary Earps decided to retire from international football, whereas Millie Bright decided to take a step back ahead of the Euros just for mental health, physical health, etc. You know, that comes first. That always comes first. But they will be two huge misses for England and Sarina Wiegman. Sarina Wiegman has also decided to leave some experienced players like Nikita Paris at home, which I think will be a big miss because of the experience she brings. The environment is important in terms of having young players and having more experienced players around them to keep them grounded but also to guide them. I genuinely think Nikita Paris's absence is not being discussed as much as it should be. Now there are 4 groups of 4 teams, and of course the top 2 teams go through in each group. In Group A we have Switzerland, Norway, Iceland, Finland. Switzerland are the host nation. In Group B we have Spain, the World Cup winners, in that group with Portugal, Belgium and Italy. I think Italy will be a slight underdog in that group, definitely, but I think they could be a dark horse to come out of that group, maybe even top. In Group C we got Germany, Poland, Denmark and Sweden. And in Group 4, and what they're calling Group D, aka the group of death, is England, France, Wales and the Netherlands. That's 3 tough opponents, 2 particular tough opponents for England, so they will be tried and tested before they potentially even get to the knockout stages. Now for me, I'll be very clear, the favourites are Spain. Spain will always be the favourites when it comes to competitions in recent years because of their dominance in women's international football. Unfortunate to not win the Euros when England won it, but won the World Cup with ease, and it's because I think it's also down to the type of players that they have, and they have so many great talents, so many great players. You guys know Aitana Bonmati will be leading the line in terms of the leader for Spain, but you got Alexia Putellas as well, another integral part of the Spanish team, coming off of the World Cup 2 years ago as the winners. They are entering this, I think, with a huge weight on their shoulders because everybody expects them to cruise through in the competition. But if there's anything that we learned from the last Euros, is that it doesn't always turn out maybe how people anticipate it to be. Now in terms of winners, I'm going Spain or England. I have to say England, but I do think a strong part of me does believe that with the kind of players that Spain have, England's lack of experience, and they've got quality players, but the lack of experience in some type of in some specific areas, I think that could be their downfall. I'm going with Spain with the winners, but I will say also, do not count France out yet. Don't count France out. That England versus France game on Saturday is going to be probably, we're in for a treat, especially as it's the first game of the group stage for England. We are going to be in for a treat because France are a team that have a chip on their shoulder. In my opinion, I think France have to play like they got a point to prove. They got a chip on their shoulder. It might be the final moment under a new manager. It really might be that final moment to just not be a disappointment in an international competition. Now, I don't want to be biased, but they got Melvin Mallard, and you lot know she plays for Manchester United, but they also have Gayora. They've got so many great talents as well in that team, young talents, experienced talents. They've got pace, they've got strength, they've got technical ability. I actually don't know why they always seem to fall short every single time in a competition. It's always an underwhelming competition for them, but also another team that I say you got to look out for. So we got Spain, we got England, we got France. You got to look out for Germany. You have to watch out for Germany. Obviously England beat them in the final of the Euros last time. Similar to France, I think they got a chip on their shoulder. They got something to prove, but in terms of the group that they're in, they should be able to comfortably top Group C and come out of that table as the winners, and hopefully maybe progress into what will be a interesting knockout round of the Euros. But another team that I think will be silent underdogs is Italy. Yes, guys, I think Italy have been disappointing in the last 2 global competitions that they've taken part in, right? But the new manager that has come in has made Italy attractive in the way that they play football, exciting, exhilarating. You know, they play with quick fire passing, pressing. I'm actually looking forward to that Spain versus Italy game in the first part of the group stages. That is going to be, I think, a showing for Italy as to whether they can compete with the big dogs like Spain, like England, like Germany. Now, in a Euros group with Belgium, like I mentioned, and Portugal as well, one of them will have to go through out of the three that I've just named in Spain's group. I think Spain is a common factor that they will probably go through. Out of the three of them, I think it's going to be Italy that goes through. Now, in terms of players to watch, there's obviously quite a lot of young talents with the England national team. I've mentioned that they've left Mary Earps behind. Because she retired. I mentioned, Millie Bright has withdrawn. Fran Kirby has retired as well. So that's 3 players from the last Euro winning squad. Nikita Paris has been left at home, but Sarina Wiegman has brought in some young, exciting talents, especially in that front line. Between Aggie Beaver-Jones and Michelle Aguimang, I am very curious to see how they take part on the global stage, especially a European championship. Now, of course, Michelle Aguimang is very young, 18 years old, going to her first competition, similar to Kiara Keating, who's going to her first Euros. And these are young players, but Sarina Wiegman is one of those people where I feel like if you are good enough, you are old enough, and it's only a matter of time that we see Aguimang lead in the front line. But if we just quickly look at that front line of players that they have, you got Aguimang, you got Beaver-Jones, you got Lauren Hemp, you got Lauren James, who for me is the best player in the world, but she's just struggled with injury this season. You got Chloe Kelly coming off of the great form that she's in with Arsenal. Then you got Beth Mead and Alicia Russo. And Alicia Russo, one thing about her, she always steps up for England. Then you look at Spain and they got the likes of Aitana Bonmati. They got Salma Paralulo. I think Salma Paralulo could be the top goal scorer for Spain and in the competition. She's a very exciting winger, so I tell you guys to keep an eye out. Now, depending on how the bracket turns out, it's very possible it could be a Spain versus England final, just like the World Cup 2 years ago, and England will try and get redemption if that's the case. But a part of me is not so certain that England has the full firepower to take on a Spain like this squad. So my favourites to win the competition is Spain. I'm going to say England lose in the final. I know some people that actually think England might get grouped by the Netherlands and France. Say player of the tournament will be Aitana Bonmati, Salma Paralulo as the top goal scorer. The underdogs to watch for me, I'm going to say Italy. And the most underwhelming team of the competition, I don't know why, I think it's going to be the Netherlands. Let me know your thoughts down below, guys. Be sure to hit the like button. Be sure to subscribe. Who do you guys think is going to win the Euros? Of course, on the channel, you can find watch-alongs throughout the entire competition. So make sure you guys hit the subscribe button as well.